There's the good and the bad. The good is they win. Jason Robertson with a hat trick. The bad is they may have lost Lian Bichsel for a while. We don't know. It's a hit to the head. Casey Cizikas gets ejected with a match penalty. There could be supplemental discipline for this. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they did because it was clearly a check on the chin. That's a hit to the head. But the biggest concern for me is not about a potential suspension. It's what's the status of Lian Bichsel, who didn't return.
Yeah, and you're right. It was right on the chin. I don't think it's a targeted kind of thing. I think it's a combination as we take a look at it here. It's a combination. I don't know if Bichsel looks around a second time to see him coming. Because usually he's ready for this. When you're a physical player, you better be ready to get hit because there's just payback in this league. The one thing I will say here, yes, the shoulder clearly right to the side of the head on the button. This is youth too. And a lot of times you have to know who you're playing against when you're on the ice. Casey Cizikas, not a big guy, not Lian Bichsel's size, not many guys are, but Cizikas is usually at the end of the season in the top 15 to 20 players in the league with the most hits in the league. So he's a physical player. He's a fourth-line guy. He plays the game for the most part on the edge.
Yes.
He plays on the edge, and he's a physical player. That's what he does. He finishes his hits. But there's no question, and we hope that Lian's okay because he's been off to a really good start. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they, take a look at this thing from, the player safety side of things.
John, roll that one more time. Luds, look at how Bichsel is going to try to use his stick. Roll it a couple times if you wouldn't mind, John. Bichsel is trying to use his stick to make a play on the puck.
He exposes his chin. What he does.
Cizikas never attempts to play the puck. Now, let me ask you if you agree with this. In a proper reversal, you are going in to play the puck. You stop the puck, you feel the contact coming, and you lean into it to get the hit. Is this even more the reason why they went with a match penalty? Because he's making a play before Bichel's eligible to be hit because he doesn't have possession.
You can look at this stuff slow-mo all the time. Cizikas knows who Lian Bichsel is.
Mm-hmm.
He's bracing for impact. I think, number one, he's a hitter. And you can say he's not playing the puck, but he knows exactly where the puck is. But no, he doesn't go in there trying to do that. That's not the way he plays the game. But he knows his opponent. That's why I said it may be a little bit different the other way around.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's dirty. In fact, I agree with you. I don't think there's any intent by Cizikas to do a illegal or nasty hit to the head. I think that's the outcome, which is why the referee made the call. But what I'm simply saying is that if they go to review this, whether it was during the game or for supplementary discipline, I believe they'll look at that and say, Bichsel has not yet established possession, so he's not eligible to be hit. So in addition to being a check to the head.
Now we're getting ticky-tacky
because
the puck is right there.
It's close.
But both of those guys could have touched the puck at the same time.
But again, he's not making a play for it. So I just wonder from how the league looks at it, if that's part of it, it's a two-part.
It may come with past history.
Yes.
I have no idea if Cizikas has been suspended before. The way he plays the game, it wouldn't surprise me if he's been called to the mat once or twice. I don't think he's ever had anything lengthy. I can hear the keys just spitting fire right now.
It's harder to do with the mic stand in the way.
But again, that's the way that guy plays the game. And generally he's got Matt and Martin on the other side when the big guys like Bichsel are there. And I think if Bichsel or Martin was out there on the ice like he normally is, not so much this year, but it would probably have been Matt Martin that's doing that, and Cizikas wouldn't be in that situation. So I'm just trying to put words together here so you can continue to read and see if
you're doing great. You're not going to believe
I have nothing else to say.
So he's been fined at least once that I can find, but he was suspended for one game in April of 2022 for boarding then Carolina Hurricanes defenseman Brendan Smith. Dallas Stars Brendan Smith wasn't playing tonight. He was a healthy scratch. So that was the first suspension of his career. I do not believe he's had another one. Again, we're not calling him a dirty player, but he does play physical. And sometimes, like you say, when you get into that kind of physical style, sometimes you mistime stuff. And I think that's all that is a smaller guy trying to hit and make a play on a big guy and caught him in the head.
And the other thing I would say, and again, I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of both of these guys, is Cizikas knows he's going in against a larger man. And you typically want to brace yourself, and you're bracing for impact. And they saw the highlights from last night. They saw the big hit that he had last night also. And he's driving up and in. He's
a couple hits tonight, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I think it's two guys going in. Lian doesn't really know exactly who he is. He's reaching in to probably play the puck. Doesn't expect Cizikas to drive through him. Cizikas, he now knows the kind of game he plays.
The fallout to this is twofold. One, you're concerned about the health of Lian Bichsel, who didn't return. And again, head injuries, it could be he's fine and can play the next game, which is Tuesday night against Columbus, or it could be an extended absence. Anywhere in between, they are so unpredictable. And of course, you hope that he's all right. The other fallout is this ends up winning the game for the Dallas Stars because they scored twice on the power play. It was because they gave, well, actually, there's three things. Matt Dumba immediately jumps in and fights Casey Cizikas. Yep. This is the second game Dumba's had without the full bubble since his injury, which we still don't know what it was. We know it was not on the ice or in a game. And so here he is doing what we saw him do in the first couple of games. Remember they played against Minnesota and he fought Zach Bogosian, and I was surprised that he gave up, old teammates, and he gave up a few pounds and inches in size on him and did very well. Well, good on Dumba for standing up for Bichsel, and then because of that, he was given an instigator. So the Stars were down 2 defensemen for 17 minutes, 2, 5, and a 10, and it carried into the third period. But because of that, it actually cut 2 minutes of the 5-minute major power play down. So they played 4-on-4. But then on those 3 minutes, Luddy, usually when you get a major, you say, we got to score at least one. Be nice if you get a second one. They scored 2 in 3 minutes of power play time.
And they were highlight reel goals. I mean, if there's a definition of tic-tac-toe, that's exactly what they were. It was nice to see in all of that Roope Hintz come out. And Roope was skating. His passing, him and Robo seemed to be on the same page. One came from Bork, one of the goals tonight. The other one, Wyatt was on the ice, and the other one. So Rupe's slinging the puck around. But Robo, again, he gets that puck, and he gets it on his stick, and he gets it off his stick. The first goal that he scored, I thought it was a nice kind of timing as he comes into a shot on net, and he kind of gravitates to the net, and it's a timing thing. But the other ones, he just releases them. They're on his stick, and they're off.